Hi, beautiful friends. Laurel here, and I'm so happy to be here with you right now. And I am just sending you lots of love. It is Friday morning here in Northern California, and it is gorgeous outside. So I'm going to send you some of the good weather vibes that are happening here. I just finished recording the 50th episode of my podcast, Sleepy Bedtime Blessings, that is going to be published on May 15th, Sunday, May 15th. So, in it, I share with you some of the stories from my awakening that happened in 2000. And I share them with you in soft, lulling tones. So, hopefully, you'll get to go to sleep. So, you can find my podcast in your favorite podcast app on your phone, or come over to my website and you'll find a link for Sleepy Bedtime Blessings. And that is why I have blanket fort hair. I I throw a big blanket over my head and over my monitor and the microphone when I'm recording to help quiet the sound. And so I always come out looking a little disheveled. So my hair's a little all over the place, which it always is. I don't know why I'm telling you that. I also wanted to share with you about a new program I have that starts on Tuesday the 17th called the Soul Stories Guild. Truly, it is one of my favorite things that has been born out of my business in a long time. It started with the power of your voice. You may remember I marketed that class back in March, and I never know sometimes what a class is going to become. It's sort of if you build it, they will come, and then a miracle is born. And certainly that happened with the Soul Stories Guild. As we were doing the power of your voice, a beautiful group was formed. And we all discovered together that when we share the snippets of our hearts and our lives and the pearls of wisdom that flow through us, when we show up with our hearts open for self and for each other, a miracle is born. The most beautiful, loving group was born from this class. And we all found that the more we shared, the richer our experience became. And so when it came to the end of the 6 weeks of the power of your voice, we knew we didn't want it to end. And I said, well, I'm going to continue it. It's like a storytelling circle, something like that. And then the name came forward for the Soul Stories Guild, which I'm hoping will be an ongoing program of sorts where we can get together and share the sacred, holy, mundane moments of life, and also deepen in our intimacy with self, with each other, creating sacred space. And my hope is that this will serve you moving forward, not only for yourself, but maybe you'll choose to share more of yourself, whether that's on social media, with your loved ones. Maybe you'll write a book, maybe you'll have a podcast, maybe you'll start a YouTube channel. And you don't have to perform, you don't have to do anything with this other than just showing up in your life. There's something so beautiful about when we share parts of our soul and our hearts with each other. So let me walk you through what you can expect. We will be meeting on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time over Zoom. This is the kind of class you can time shift, but I really recommend attending live if you can. But we also will have a Facebook group where you can share, whether that's on video or audio or writing something up. So part of the theme of this is sharing the stories of our lives. And it's not that you have to have a super important story. This isn't about sharing your most sacred, powerful moments, but rather reflecting that every moment is interesting. Every moment there is something that you can share. In our first class, the angels said to me before the class started, they said, bring an orange. You're going to use an orange as a teaching tool. I was like, well, that's kind of weird, but okay. And I don't have one with me right now, but I had this orange. And what they had me do is they said, hold this orange. I held the orange up to the class and I said, this is just an orange. We've all eaten oranges before. But what I want to invite you to do is I want you to just look at this orange and I want you to begin contemplating what your relationship with oranges has been. Did you ever have an experience of an orange? Have you always loved oranges? Did your mom eat oranges differently than your father did? Right? Did you ever reach a point in your life where you found out you can't eat oranges anymore? Do you have a favorite kind of orange? And it was so interesting to sort of witness everybody's, wheels start to turn, and everybody started connecting dots about oranges in their lives. So it's a really mundane example, but that everything is an experience, right? That you may have a story about an orange that I want to hear. And it's not about oranges, right? It's just how we can take the most mundane things around us and we can connect to something within our hearts that we want to share. Another exercise I had everybody do is to look around their room and just pick something up and share a story with us about it. Right here, I'm going to just pick up what's right here on my next to me. I have my earbuds. So what can I tell you about my earbuds? I'm not going to share with you anything that's going to be profoundly interesting. It's not a life-changing story, but I can share with you how I put these in every night to listen to a sleep podcast. And in some ways, these symbolize why I have chosen to create a sleep podcast, because I have received so much comfort and healing and love and good sleep through using this very innocuous piece of hardware that attaches to my phone. And maybe I would tell you a story about that. Again, not profoundly compelling. You don't want to tune in for the next episode of Laurel's Earphones or something like that. But we all have these moments. And when we share these moments, intimacy is created, intimacy within self and intimacy with others. And not everyone, right? I'm not saying that everybody who's interested in my story, but when we share our stories with others who are interested in engaging, something miraculous happens. So here's what we're going to cover in the next 6 weeks. We've got, first off, storytelling for light bearers. You're going to have your chance to tap into some of your stories too and share them with us. And we are going to receive you with an open heart because we want to hear them. And then we're going to go into the tapestry of your life. We've all had these experiences. If you think about, what was a book you read that changed your life? What was a quote that found you during a time that was incredibly meaningful for you? What was an experience you had that changed your path, right? And those are big ones. How about small ones? What was an experience you had in gym class when you were a kid that sort of changed how you feel about exercise now? What was a moment when you found comfort in your creative spirit, right? What are the 4 foods that you get every time you go to the grocery store, right? So the tapestry of our lives creates this beautiful filament of light that we can share with ourselves and with others. The next week, we're going to be talking about the power of just showing up. You don't have to be the loudest voice in the room. You don't have to have something super important to share. Your presence, your love, your light can shift the power of a room. And this comes from something my husband has said to me time and time again. Just show up and let spirit do the rest. When I don't know what to do, he says, just show up. Your job is just to show up. So we're going to be talking about the power of just showing up as you. The next week, we're going to be talking about the intimacy of sacred spaces. When we share, whether it's with ourselves or with others who are here to receive us, this sacred, intimate space is created. And wherever 2 or more, right? Wherever 2 or more are gathered in God's name, in divine love, healing happens, miracles happen, light happens. So we're going to be talking and experiencing and reflecting upon the intimacy of sacred spaces. And then we're going to be working with the art of encouragement. We can use our voices, we can use our words, we can use our hearts to give encouragement to others as well as to ourselves, to receive encouragement. Listen, we all get messages all day about, the world is in trouble, things are hard, prepare for the worst kind of stuff, but something happens within us when we are encouraged. Like, we are beings that want to be encouraged. Like, okay, give me some hope. Give me some hope here. Help me remember who I am. Help me awaken. Help me open up. Remind me of who I am. You're right. I have some friends that I can call and I'm like, oh my God, I have forgotten who I am. Help me remember. So the art of encouragement. And then we're going to wind up this 6 weeks with invitations of light. Because let me tell you, when you are opening up to who you are, the universe is sending you invitations. You will awaken to inspiration about how you want to show up, where you want to show up, what that's going to be. And I don't know what that's going to be for you. And you don't need to know right now either. And this is not going to be about having to do something. You're not going to have to do something super important. But there will be some beautiful invitations that might inspire your heart, and we're going to make space for you to hear them. So if you do join us, you're going to be joining a beautiful, sweet, intimate group that is really based in love and support. And there's going to be a sacred space for you to discover more about who you are, to share about your own heart while you experience the hearts of others in a way that is uplifting, positive, light-filled. Lots of angels. I don't do anything without the angels. So the angel posse is going to be there. Josephus is going to be there. It's going to be beautiful. And I really hope you can join us. If you are looking for something to fill your heart, if you are looking for community, I invite you to join the Soul Stories Guild. I can't tell you how happy that makes me to say that. Soul Stories Guild. I wanted to join a Soul Stories Guild my whole life. Now here we are. So I hope you'll join us. And my podcast is there, you guys. Episode 50, 50. And I know some of you are still confused with how to listen to podcasts. And if you are, reach out. I'll get you hooked up. There is an app probably on your phone called Podcasts, and you just search for Sleepy Bedtime Blessings. You don't have to pay for it. It's completely free. And it's around the world. So it's global. Wherever you are, you can listen, and I will help put you to sleep, and I will love you, and I will bring in angels, because it is my joy and blessing to do that for you. I love you very much, and we'll talk soon. Thank you, guys. Bye.